And of course, we have a man who's been around a very long time. I am going to award him his doctorate in trade union matters. Yes, he's that knowledgeable and has been around for many years. He could probably it's time he writes a book about the history of the trade union development in this country. I don't know if he has already. Mr. Vincent Morrison, how are you, the head of UK? It's great to have you, my friend.
And thank you very much for having me, sir. And good morning to your listeners.
Great. Boy, time is short because I had a problem hearing you before. But give us updates as to what is happening. I know you're there in Manchester. I've heard arguments about UC Rusal. Some changes are going. What is happening with UC Rusal? That's a Russian company. Just remind us about the company, what they're involved in the bauxite sector.
UC Rusal Alumina Jamaica Limited, the Russian company, second largest bauxite and alumina company out of Russia.
Yes.
They have bauxite and alumina interests in about 110, 112 countries across the world.
Right.
Massive. They took over from a company called Glencore. Glencore took over from Alcan.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Alcan is a Canadian company, right?
Alcan, well, yes, a Canadian company, one of the best companies in terms
but before you go into the details, you know why we have these transitions? Why from a Canadian company now to a Russian company? Is it a matter of profitability? Why?
Well, this is how the multinationals operate.
Okay.
You make enough profit to sell it to another one.
I see.
Moving on and on, new changes in technology, etc., etc. In addition to alumina, bauxite and alumina, UC Rusal, they run maybe the largest dairy operations in Jamaica, both in St. Anne and in Manchester, Kirkvine. Now, the Kirkvine plant...
By the way, let me see if I have my facts right. It's the same UC Rusal that we heard complaints about animals were not being treated properly or something that effect. Is it the same company?
The same company that you heard complain about the rear cobra and some fishes that got damaged.
Yes,
yes.
What it's alleged that toxic material was going into the rare cobra and fish out west. Yes. So there's a challenge there. What is happening? What's the role of government? What is happening?
The company closes Kirkvine, which is the first bauxite company that started in Jamaica, perhaps before you were born, sir. That company, that plant is now closed. And
hold on, Kirkvine is now closed.
Yes.
But that
about 2008, 2009, somewhere there.
Yes. Because that impacted on the economy of the whole of that area. Yes.
Absolutely. But they are still operating what they call in the industry terms, mothballing the operation. Although I would believe cannibalizing the operation is more appropriate, because what they have done is taken out all the parts, and those parts are sent to Yorktown where they are used in the operation there.
But why have they cut back on the operation at Kirkvine? Is it that there's nothing left to be mined there, or what? It's less efficient?
There's bauxite to be mined, but basically what they're saying is that the plant at Kirkvine did not build with the capacity to mine the quality bauxite that they have in there. It's Alpart that they own some areas which is sold to the Chinese, which is now closed also. That's the plant in that area that has the capacity or the capability of persisting that because of how it was built and the electrical power that is needed to operate or to process the bauxite. But basically what I'm saying is that I thought there would have been discussion as to how, a facility like Kirkbride could be of some use, could be of some economic value,
Right.
not only to the country, but, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, that area in which, the plant operates. I don't think there's any discussions going on in that respect. And I'm disappointed because we have government, and that is what government is supposed to be doing. The government has to be creative. The government has to, sit with private capital and see what is best. How we can create more employment for the young people in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get the feeling that they just close and it's left like that. And for the second biggest bauxite and aluminum company in the world to come to Little Jamaica and just close down a plant, put 2,000 people out of work and their families out of work. As a trade union leader, I don't think that is in the interest of Jamaica.
But what statements have they made? Have they said anything to you? Have they said that producing bauxite in Jamaica is not as profitable? Is it the demand for aluminium is decreasing? What have they said to you and the workers?
Well, the plant was really closed before we got Bagdon rights in there.
Yes.
And we talked to them about it. They have not, they're not clear as to what will be done. The fact of the matter, the local management seems to have very little say as to how to go forward with respect to that.
Right.
They have to get their direction from Moscow.
Right.
Huh?
And Moscow has other things dealing with that at this point in time.
So, Moscow, there's a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
let me ask you, my understanding though, in order for UCSL to function, I gather that the United States had put down some restrictions about doing business with companies in Russia.
No, that has been cleared up a long time ago.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That I led a delegation to the U.S. embassy some years ago, go here and had very, very top level serious discussions with the U.S. embassy people.
Mm-hmm.
And sanctions, they are not bothered by sanctions. Sanctions is not the problem.
Okay.
It's more market than the sanctions right now. But I don't get a feeling that opposed to be really conversing with them in the interest of the movement.
Right.
I think there should have been more discussion with them.
Hold that point for me. So I'm going to go for the break right now and then we'll get back to you. Probably have about a 3 minutes wait or so. We're talking to Mr. Vincent Morrison, the head of UK, so he's giving us an update on the situation with UCSL, and plus when he comes back, we have enough time, we probably can comment on the salary increases for public servants and politicians. All right, so we'll come back, we'll hear more from Mr. Vincent Morrison, the head of UK's.
You're tuned to Vernon Darby.
You got me working, and we're putting in every day.
Welcome back. You're listening to Rhythm FM, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm your friend Vernon Darby, and our very special guest for the workplace is Mr. Vincent Morrison, the head of UK's. Mr. Morrison, all right, you think I've said enough about UCSL, you want to move on to, because discussion about increasing salaries in terms of public servants and government continues. You want to touch on that one?
Yes, but before I do that, I want to touch on the security guard.
Oh, go ahead with that then. You only have about, 6 minutes left then.
The issue with the security guard,
yes,
as it's to those companies who are using some illegal tactics, saying that they form new company and they're transferring them from the company that some of them have worked for years to a new company, and that they should sign that would extinguish all their past benefits is wrong. We met with the new minister, and we laid on the table the correct legal position. We laid on the table what is the practice, the precedence, the custom in Jamaica as it relates to matters of that sort. we are waiting to hear from the minister. The previous minister before him did not handle the thing properly. The government of Jamaica.
Who was the previous minister?
Minister Samuda.
All right, and the current minister now?
I am using your platform.
And the current minister now?
Say it again?
And the current minister?
Colonel Charles Jr.
Okay. So you're pushing some fire there, sir?
I am using your platform.
Mm-hmm.
I call upon the opposition to lay a motion in Parliament regarding the security guard industry and what happened to the guards presently. A full debate is supposed to be the Parliament. That's why we elect parliamentarians. The Parliament should find a day or maybe an hour or two to discuss the whole situation. And I'm going to write to Mark Bolin. I'm going to write to the leader, the Prime Minister, about the situation. But I'm just waiting to hear from Minister Charles and the matter.
Right, just make sure. I'd love to get copies of those letters, do you see?
Yes, but the security guards don't have money to employ expert lawyers.
Right.
To the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
So Parliament, as the highest court in the land, need to debate the matter and to find a resolution.
But then, Mr. Morrison,
there are younger guards out there who are suffering as we speak.
But Mr. Morrison, the political parties might say to you, we are busy campaigning now.
I don't care what they want to say. I don't care what they want to say. I represent workers, and that is what I'm doing now. I'm calling.
I wonder who they represent, Mr. Morrison.
I am calling upon both the late Jamaica Labour Party and the National Party to sit down in Parliament and discuss and debate the matter with a view of coming up with a resolution.
You know what I love also too, so since they've been to the campaigning now, that this becomes an election matter as how the guards are to be treated.
Political campaign in Jamaica is a continuous thing. It runs 365 days for the year.
Yes.
And it don't stop. It may go up in tempo at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a continuous thing.
Yes,
so,
yes.
What Vincent Morrison is not campaigning.
Mm-hmm.
What I am calling on the government to do is to help the people. Because you have over 200, 300 security guards out there who are suffering right now. Can't pay them rent. Can't send them people to school.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it is government's responsibility to step to this plate and to assist that process.
But then, Mr. Morris, you have to understand, security guards can help the politicians when they come to campaign financing,
Yes, but that is corruption. If that is a position taken, that is absolute corruption. Because irrespective of who give you campaign funding,
yes,
when it comes to justice must be done. Right? You cannot abandon the people because come election, you get XYZ. Right?
Well, I will tell you something, You think, if I have a business now, I mean, have money, I'm give a party, all that 30 million, they better do what I say they must do, So all the guys, they want to suffer to feed them problem. Mr. Prime Minister, opposition leader, why you do this, that? Why you give me this benefit? And them tell me, no, me just give them no money. Mr.
Well, I am not subscribing to that approach.
Yes.
And I hope what you're saying on public radio, sir,
yes,
is not true. And that is why...
And by the way, we can't say anything because I'm not running, so nobody can accuse me. And I tell people I can always libel myself on radio. Vernon can't sue himself.
That is why I think I like certain elements
Yes.
coming out of the system. Huh?
Oh, guess what? I'm in trouble. I have to run leave, you know. I book you for next week, you know. So just tell the workers that you need to talk to the other workers. So I know you have meetings all the while. You're busy man. This is the final point you want to make before you leave us.
The security guards need help.
Right. And we'll talk about that next week. Definitely we'll have to get back to that next week, my friend.